I think the President understands, mind you, that this is not the first time that North Korea has used
Bulgaria, a UN member, and Romania from the EU for supporting Bush. Do we feel this language is appropriate?
Well, the President understands that for some these are trying times, and the President, as he approaches diplomacy, will continue to remember that we are all one alliance, and that at the end of the day we still share values and work together. And the President is very grateful and appreciative to the leadership and the strength of the nations of Eastern Europe. They understand what it's like to live under tyranny and oppression, and the President is very grateful to have them as new partners and new allies, not only in the war on terror, but in advancing the cause of democracy.
But is there a concern that, for example, these kinds of threats from the President of France, for example, might make Bulgaria less likely to vote for a new resolution?
I think the President understands and knows full well that the nations of Eastern Europe are sovereign, are proud, and are able to make their own judgments and to do the right thing on behalf of the cause of freedom. And the United States of America stands proudly behind the allies in Eastern Europe. Those who are injured, our prayers are with people of South Korea. Well, the statement by EU represents an amalgam of positions. Of course, it talked about this is a final chance for Saddam Hussein, and it stressed the importance of disarmament. And I think that by and large, the statement represented much of what the United States views. Not all the positions that the United States adheres to are put into the statement out of a willingness or a desire to appeal to a few. But the President, again, when you look at Europe, it's not very complicated. With a few exceptions, Germany and France most notably, Europe stands united. Europe stands together. Europe stands shoulder to shoulder with the United States of America. Osama bin Laden, but for all the top lieutenants.
Daily role
No, I think President Chirac has been very direct and open with President Bush. He has spoken to him. The two have spoken with each other on the phone and in person about how they see a common threat but have different means to deal with that common threat, at least up to this point. And the President respects President Chirac, and he appreciates the fact that President Chirac told the President exactly what he thought and did so privately, and what he said privately was also what he said publicly.
Presented by America and Britain. But you were indicating this morning that...
Well, again, I just remind you that this is not the first time that North Korea has used strident rhetoric as a diplomatic tool. North Korea does have a history that they've repeated numerous times in numerous ways, using strident rhetoric as a way to blackmail other nations into providing economic or other benefits to the North Koreans. What the President has said is that that method of doing business will no longer be effective, and the President is going to continue to work through the diplomatic approach with China and Russia and South Korea and Japan.
Is there anything that money shouldn't enter into it?
So I think the President understands that Turkey is in a difficult position. Turkey has some important decisions.